How much money would you walk away with if you sold your house as is? Is it worth the stress of renovating, or is it smarter to list your home exactly the way it is? This is one of the most common questions I get from sellers getting ready to put their home on the market. The reality is, not every renovation increases your home's value enough to justify the cost. Hey everyone, if you're new here, my name is Kashnaz and I'm a realtor in Toronto. Welcome to Property Ladder, where I break down everything you need to know about buying, selling, and investing in real estate. If you'd like to chat more in detail, feel free to book a call with me at the Calendly link below. Today, let's figure out the route that will get you the most money, whether that's a full remodel, a DIY update, or just listing as is, because the answer isn't always so clear-cut. So here's the thing, when we start planning your selling strategy, one of the first big questions is, who do you want to attract as a buyer? So some people are all about a move-in ready space with nothing left to do other than bring in their furniture and call it home. But then you have another crowd, those who actually like the idea of a fixer-upper. These are the buyers who see potential and enjoy the thought of making the home uniquely theirs, whether they're looking to save on upfront costs or dive into a project, or just not wanting to spend more than what's necessary on someone else's aesthetic. So the buyer you want to attract really shapes the approach you take. If you're trying to catch the eye of someone who wants a move-in ready space, you'll probably want to focus on a few key features. But if you're okay targeting buyers looking for a project, you can take it easy on those big costly renovations. So it's all about knowing your timeline, your budget, and your price goal. If you need to sell in, say, less than a month, then of course it doesn't make sense to dive into a full kitchen reno. Similarly, a house that needs work will not sell at the same price as the fully gutted one next door. Before diving into renovations, you've got to think through a few key factors, because while renovating can sometimes pay off, it's not always the best strategy and is a major commitment in both time and money. The real estate market where you live plays a massive role in whether renovations will pay off. So where do you start? If you're in a slow buyer's market, a little renovation could go a long way in making your home stand out, especially if transactions are slowing down in the wintertime. However, if your neighborhood is hot and homes are getting scooped up quickly, you could consider listing without any extensive renovations. In this kind of a seller's market, you may already be positioned to sell for a solid price without having to lift a finger, saving you cash, stress, and the risk of missing a hot selling season. Now, on top of that, a comparative market analysis, or what we call a CMA, can be a real game changer in deciding whether you want to renovate or sell as is. A CMA goes beyond your general market conditions. It tells you exactly what type of homes are selling in your area, whether buyers are leaning towards move-in ready homes or fixer-uppers, and what price points those homes are fetching. For instance, if fixer-uppers in your area are moving just as quickly as renovated homes, it might make sense to sell as is without adding the extra cost for renovating. On the other hand, if renovated homes are selling for significantly more, then it's worth asking, is that price difference enough to cover the cost of renovations? Now, next comes your timeline. If you need to move fast, a quick refresh like a new coat of paint or updating your lighting can be enough to attract buyers without the lengthy process of a full remodel. But now, if you have the luxury of time, you could consider tackling that bigger kitchen or basement update. Just remember, renovations often stretch longer than planned, and that's even if you're able to find reliable contractors quickly. It's all about planning within your available timeline, fitting your budget, and a little buffer never hurts. Let's talk about return on investment, or ROI, when it comes to home renovations. Now, just because a home looks brand new after renos, it doesn't guarantee that you'll see a huge return on the money that you've spent. In many cases, renovations can perhaps help your home sell faster by making it more appealing to a larger pool of buyers. For example, new kitchens and updated bathrooms are high on the wish list for many buyers, so they may catch attention faster. It also helps with marketing and photography, helping your home stand out beautifully compared to fixer-uppers or homes lacking these updates. However, there's no promise that the money that you sink into these projects will be recovered in the final sale price. Here's why. Number one, cost versus perceived value. The cost versus value equation in home renos means buyers might not value your $50,000 kitchen remodel at the full $50,000. The return depends on more than just how much you spend. It's affected by how the rest of your house looks, the neighborhood average, and how homes in your area are currently priced. Number two is overcapitalization risk. Now, renovating too much or overspending can backfire, leading to what's called overcapitalization. This is when you've put more money into your home than the market is willing to pay back. For instance, a full basement reno may seem like a selling point, but if buyers in your neighborhood aren't paying premium prices for finished basements, you might not get that investment back. Now, lastly, number three is sellers' market conditions. In a strong seller's market where homes are already selling fast, renovations might not increase your sale price as much as you'd hope. Buyers would likely still purchase an unrenovated home at a great price because of the high demand. However, in a balanced or buyer's market, some upgrades can definitely help you position your property competitively. Now, in the end, renovations can be a bit of a balancing act. They don't always guarantee a profit, so it's super important to think strategically. Focus on smaller projects that have the most impact and know when it might be time to pull back on the spending. It all comes down to making the choices that resonate with potential buyers while keeping your budget in check. Now, if the idea of a full renovation feels a bit overwhelming or risky, you can still make a great impression with just some quick and budget-friendly DIY updates. One of the easiest ways to freshen up your space is a fresh coat of paint. It can do wonders for a room, making it look bigger, cleaner, and just more modern overall. Neutral shades like grays or beige or whites work wonders and appeal to a wide range of buyers who want a move-in ready vibe. Now, lighting is another quick win. Updating your lighting fixtures or even just adding brighter bulbs can totally change the feel of a room, making it more inviting and open. A good mix of overhead and accent lighting makes your space look thoughtfully designed, and buyers love that. For a bit more of a wow factor, look at your kitchen and bathroom cabinets. Instead of ripping them out, which can get pricey, you can just paint them and swap out the hardware. This one small change can make even the most dated cabinets feel new and stylish. And don't make the mistake of overlooking the exterior of your home. A few pops of color with fresh flowers, a freshly painted front door, and even some new outdoor lights can boost curb appeal in a big way. Remember, sometimes it's the simple things that can make the biggest impact. Now, if you decide to skip the budget-friendly projects I just mentioned and sell as is, there's still a few basics you'll want to check off the list. Things such as tackling your minor repairs and doing a thorough deep clean is an absolute must and should not be overlooked. A loose fence, a cracked sidewalk, any rickety doorknobs, they may seem minor, but trust me, buyers notice all of this, and this can subtly shape how someone feels about your home. Clear out your gutters, mow your lawn, pressure wash your driveway. These things may not sound glamorous, but a clean, well-maintained yard can really set the tone before buyers even step inside. You want your home to feel fresh and ready for someone to move right in. These simple touches will always go a long way and reassure buyers that your home has been cared for, and that alone can make a big difference in how much they're willing to offer. So the decision to renovate or sell as is should be based on your timeline, the market conditions, your budget, and your target sale price. Assess your options correctly, analyze your market, look at the comps, and develop a strategy that gets you the best return, whether it's a large undertaking or a smaller, budget-friendly update with even bigger impact. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, please give it a like, subscribe for more, and if you have any questions or just want to chat, feel free to book a call with me using the Calendly link below. I'll see you in the next video.